Okay, man, guys, this is an impromptu class right now because I'm here. Had to get down. San Jose, California. If you just so happen to be on right now, please join me. I'm gonna set this up real quick, so if you're watching this later on, be a little bit patient. Let me set this up so you can watch. We're gonna get down just a little bit. I'm gonna show you, today I'm gonna work a little bit on the Oakland style James Brown. I'm gonna show you different style James Brown, but this one's gonna be good, so hang in there with me, guys. I'm gonna try to keep this around 30 minutes or so, but what I also do is I'm gonna log on from my laptop as well, so that you guys can ask questions. So if you're here with me right now, you want to ask some questions, you can do that. Give me a second here. With me right now. Drop it in the chat, say what's up. Let me know who you are or where you chatting from. All right. Sit. Alright, here we go. I tap the VR on. Okie dokie. Set this up. Alright, here we go. Just one more with me if you want. Again, drop in the chat below if you have any questions. Let me get this down a little bit so you can see my feet. Hip-hop bounce. Usually what I do is I start to warm up with this one right here. The hip-hop bounce, okay? Now, I want to take it down just a little bit. Watch this. Side view. All I'm doing is I'm focusing on the knee, just bending down the knee, guys. Gotta get ready, all right? Here we go. This is with my legs together, all right? If you have that, try this one now. Legs are apart. Now I'm gonna shift my weight side to side. Single, double. Single, double. I'm gonna travel with it now. Travel. Singles all the way. stop for 1 second right there. Stop the music for a second. So this is where I'm going to talk a little bit. Let me scroll down and see if you have any questions over there. All right, I got French Dude. Yo, what's up, French Dude? Nikhil, did I say that right? Nikhil Sonawami. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but thank you guys for joining me. This is the time where actually I'm gonna get on the chat as well, so I can read what you guys have any questions on. So, for those that are joining us, or if you're watching this at a later time, I wanna talk about how beginners, this is really towards beginners for people who wanna feel comfortable, okay, going to a club. Because the idea isn't, not everybody, I understand not everybody wants to be like a backup dancer or whatnot, take it to the high level. We just wanna be able to enjoy the music, so when friends go out to dance at a club, you don't want to have zero clue as to what to do. So I want to make the move simple, but yet look good. So that's the idea of this series, all right? So first thing we did was the bounce. So usually when I teach my beginning student, when you bounce, I just want you to focus on just standing straight up right here. But not necessarily, I'm going to kind of bag the pants, but if I wear tight pants, you'll see right here. Here's my knee, okay? I'm not locked up right here. I'm not stiff like this, okay? I'm just kind of just chilling, standing straight up, okay? So I'm gonna bend. Right when I bend my knees, what I want you to do is imagine drums right in front of your knee, okay? Maybe just an inch or half an inch right in front of your knee. The drum isn't like a foot apart, so you're not hitting the drum like this. You just want to hit the drum, boom, and then come back right away. Does that make sense? So if you understand, comment down below, yes, I got it. If you don't understand, hey, just say, I don't understand, and explain it further. But if you understand, if I don't get none from you guys, I'm going to assume you guys understand what I'm talking about. So the idea is when you listen to the music, you have to boom, boom, boom. I want you to imagine you're the one that's playing drum with your knees, okay? So if I hear the music that goes boom, 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 I'm literally imagining that the drum is here and I'm hitting the drum with my knee, okay? And right after I hit the drum, boom, I gotta come back, all right? Imagine if you were playing the drum with your drumstick, you don't hit the drum and you don't just stay there. The drumstick hits and comes back because then you're ready for the next one. So you got to do the same with when you dance. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that's what I want you to practice. So I want to try that again, okay, with the music. Here we go. This one's a little bit fast, but let's slow it down, let's slow it down. There we go. I'm hitting the drum. So literally, if you just do that, you should look decent on the dance floor when you go to the club with your friends, right? Hey, check us out. Have a thought. Listen to the music. I know the. If all you do is that, I think you're 90% better than if you just stand still, not doing anything. All right? So at the very least, just focus on staying with the beat. If you have that, next thing I want you to do is try with your legs apart, okay? So it should be slightly easier, but it's almost the same, right? If I'm going like this, or with the legs apart, idea is still the same. My goal is still hit the drum with my knee. All right? With the music though, that's all you're not thinking about the music, if you're not listening to the music and reacting with the music, then you're not dancing. Okay? There's no beat right now, so I'm gonna just let it go. Wait until I catch the beat. Okay? Unless you're really, really good and you can dance to other parts of the song. There we go. Now it's back, right? Here we go. That's it. Okay? So I would call this white belt or level 1. Okay? Once you have level 1, we're gonna get to the next level. I see something right here. French dude. Is the bounce just squatting, or do you have to bounce your knee, toes as well? Great question. I'm gonna stop the music for a second. I'm gonna answer you. All right. Again, for those that, if you're not seeing this, French dude says if bounce is the bounce squatting. I think you said squatting. Or do you bounce your feet as well? So for me, it's just the knee, okay? Just the knee. Think about it this way. Right here, if I bend just the knee, right? And then come up. But obviously, I don't want to stay here. I want to go boom. So I bounce off of it like a ball. If you can imagine a basketball, it hits the ground, immediately comes back, right? So that's what I want to do with my knee. I'm going here. 1. See, you see how right when I hit here, I don't go 1, 2. There's not a moment where I stay. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So hit it, boom, and come right back up. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. If not, ask me again. I'm going to try to do a perfect job explaining to you, because I know if you have that question, I'm sure somebody else will too. Okay? So again, one more time, I want you to practice this right here. Come face this side. So my knees are back. Okay? And right on the beat, I'm going 1, 2. So immediately here, boom, I come back. Now, if your question is, if I go like this, let me back up a little bit. You see my heel? I don't know if that's your question. If your question is, does my heel come up? Then for this exercise, do not bring your heel up. I want your feet to be down, nice and stable, and all you're doing is here, like this. Okay? Boom, boom. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that's it. Okay, good. Hopefully that answers it. Now, one other thing I do want to mention though, I do also want to mention is this. The butt, okay? So I'm going to put this up. You see how the angle of the hip right here? Squatting, okay, squatting is like this, right? That's squat because your hip is back. So if your question is, do you go like this, back here, or do you just go like this, where there's no arching of the back? So there you go. I hope you saw the answer, right? There's 2 ways of doing it. First way, here, where I'm just going straight down. Second way, which is like a good proper, if you're squatting or something like that, you see how the arching of the back like this? But I'm not doing that, right? I'm going like this. So, you guys know 2 ways. The second way of where you're squatting, we're not doing that. Not to say that's wrong, because there's some situation where I want to do maybe something like this. You'll see a lot of TikTok moves where they do this, or if you see Michael Jackson, right? Michael Jackson moves where he tilts the hip down. That's more like a squat where you go like this. We could probably cover that in the future, but right now you don't tilt your hip. Keep it still, and all you gotta do is focus on the knee, on the beat. Okay? Because this is so fundamental, because you have to know how to build this and then build the other stuff. Okay? Then you can get good, because so many instructors out there that are teaching, whether it's on YouTube or live in person, they give you 5 things at the same time, and if you're a beginner, you're watching everything, most likely you're gonna miss all five of them. You might get a few of this and a few of that, and you're not really developing a dance skill. I'm trying to get you guys to really understand. Okay, develop the first thing. Right now, in our case, is the knee. Once you get the knee, then you gotta know how to shift your weight, okay? Because if you know how to do this, you might not necessarily know how to shift your weight in time, right? Because you might be good here, but once you go over here, it might be a little bit different. So we're gonna get to that later. First thing I need to know is, are we good with our knee, okay? French dude, I think you're good. If there's anybody else, feel free to drop in the comments, ask questions right now. If there's no questions right now, I'm gonna play the music. We're gonna do this drill just for 30 seconds or so. If that's good, then I'm gonna move on to the next one, which is I call yellow belt or level 2. Okay, start with level 1, here we go. Level 1. Even though my knees are apart, or my legs are apart right now, I can do it together, okay? So, level 1, legs together. Let's say level 1.1, legs apart, legs together, okay? So, I'm doing 2 each, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Step out, then in, okay? So again, this is still kind of level 1, but I call this 1.1, okay? Okay, we're gonna do the same thing, but other side. So for me, I was stepping to the right side. Now I'm gonna step to the left side. 5, 6, here we go. 2 times. This is just drills, guys, all right? Why is this drill good? Let me show you. If you're at a club, this is what you would do. You see what I'm saying? If you just do this, if you don't know how to dance, if you know how to do that, you would look better than 90% of the people at the club dancing, I promise you. Unless you go to a club where there's hella dancing, right? Here we go. Drill this with me. Out, then together. Out, other side. Okay? Now we're just going to one side, then the other side. Okay, starting 2 times. 1, 2, yeah. 1, 2. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like it. One more time. All right, that's good. I'm gonna pause the music right now. Any questions? So far, we're good. I really appreciate questions, guys, because when you ask questions, you really think it really tells me that you're thinking about this and you want to learn it. Because a lot of times when you guys who are watching this, maybe if you're watching this in the future, if you're watching this in the future, there's no way you could interact with me, right? I mean, you could probably post in the comments below, and I probably won't answer it for hours or sometimes a few days, depending on my schedule. But if you're here with me now, and what I want to try to do is anytime I'm doing a live stream, you guys are able to ask me, because that is the hardest part about learning dance online, is because there's no feedback. There's no way for you to know, hey, am I doing this correctly? Or am I just watching a show for my own entertainment? Most of the time, people just watch it for their entertainment, thinking that somehow just by watching, you're gonna get better. You can't, you guys know that. Only way to get better is by doing it, training your muscle memory to do it, all right? Okay, having said that, let's go to the next level, okay? Level 2. So what I wanna do now is, I want you to work on your balance. I'm gonna grab a chair, just so that you guys can do the same thing, all right? You could either hold on to a wall or grab a chair. This is just for your balance, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing, because this time, go back to level 1. Level 1's here. Now, check this out. I'm gonna put all my weight on my left side. This is my left side. Whether you do left side or right side, doesn't matter. This is one leg, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing. Boom. See that? It shouldn't be that hard if you're holding on to the chair, okay? So, let's give that a try. 6, 7, 8. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm imagining I'm listening to the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. Once you have that, take your hand away, okay? Now, here's the thing. Most beginners, your balance sucks. I want to tell you the truth. If your balance sucks, let's work on it, all right? Don't let it stay stuck. Let's get better. So, if it sucks, hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Now let it go. Oh shit. Now I gotta put it on, right? Makes sense? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is how you develop. This is how you develop, right? You don't necessarily have to go to a gym or go to a dance studio to develop your balance. Freaking just stand on one leg and bounce to the rhythm of the music. Boom, boom, boom. Whether it's fast or slow, work on that, all right? So again, this is just a drill. If you can hold on to the side, hold on to your friend, hold on to a chair, and then once you have it, do it without help, okay? 1, 2. And it's the exact same thing as the white belt move, that first move, right? All right? So that's the first part here, balance. Now, this one, you're gonna go 2 things. I'm gonna stand on the side right here. What I'm doing is, so my right knee's up, okay? I'm balancing on the left leg. But here's the second thing. I want you to do 2 things at the same time. Here. So I'm bending, right? On the beat, I'm going down, but at the same time, the other knee is coming up. So I'm not just going like this. I'm not staying here. This is not motionless. There's motion on this one too, okay? 1, 2. So now my imagination is this. I got a drum here. The second drum is a little bit higher where this knee has to come and hit that drum at the same time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Notice the and, right? When I say and, what does and mean? And just means the 0.5. Does that make sense, guys? If it doesn't make sense, put it in the comments or put it in the chat. Say, can you explain 0.5? 0.5 is this. If I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, the beat that's between the 1 and 2 is 1.5, okay? It's too fast for me to say 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. I can't say that fast. Maybe some of you guys can, but I can't. So instead of saying 1.5, I'll just say and. So I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Does that make sense, guys? So you guys know exactly what I mean by the and, right? Okay? So let me know if you know what and is. It's very important. If you don't understand the rhythm of the beat, we could forget about the moves. We gotta understand the rhythm of the beat, okay? So get your and count. So when I say and, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So here, this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? All right, good. Friends, you are good. I'm glad. Anybody else, if there's questions, I'm so happy that you're commenting here because now I know at least one person is listening. I don't know the rest of you guys if you're just falling asleep or something, but the idea is for you guys to really understand how to do this. So the and beat here, 1 and. The and you gotta put your leg down, okay? We got, is it Mino Chandra? Okay, it's 2 o'clock at night, but yeah, it's 2 o'clock. Ooh, where's 2 o'clock at night? Where are you guys? Is that India? I don't know where you're at, but welcome. Thank you for joining me. Anyway, that's cool, yeah. Okay, so we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Very, very important, understand the and. Get your body to get the and, all right? Here's the thing, guys. Every time I teach this one, as you practice, let's say you practice maybe for 30 seconds, okay? Usually what happens is my students, for the first 10 seconds, your brain is very active and you're doing good. And then once you reach that 11 second, that 15 seconds, then your body kind of breaks down. And the reason why is because you're not used to the duration. So what I want to do is drill it so that you're used to it, okay? So it's not just like the first 10 seconds you're on beat and the last 10 seconds you're off beat. We got to try to maintain the rhythm the whole time. So let's try to do this together. I'm going to keep it on one leg. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. If that's too fast, I'm going to slow it down, all right? Let me know in the comments, you want to go faster or slower? I'm going to do what I think is normal. 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 8 and, okay? Right now you see I'm holding on to the side, all right? If you want to do that, that's fine. If you want to test yourself without the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, good? If you're better than that, other leg. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. If I were to do it slow, both knees bend at the same time, and it straightens at the same time. All right? So I'm going to show you some pitfall. This is the pitfall, and if you do this, let me know in the comments below, because I guarantee you, if you guys were here live, if you've never done this before, 95% of you will be doing this. It looks like this, guys. This is what some of you guys will be doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. How does that look? It looks kind of ridiculous. It doesn't look like dance. It looks like a marching band, or it looks like a soldier marching, right? And if you go trying to do that at a club, I think you would feel kind of ridiculous. At least if I did that, I would kind of, unless I'm doing some sort of a, soldier marching band move. But the idea is more of the hip hop street. I want to do this, okay? I think you guys can easily see the difference. And I know this is what you guys want to be able to do. Just like that. And make it simple. Make it look effortless. That's the idea, right? Because a lot of times, this is what we do. You're thinking. You're thinking like you're taking a test or something. But that's okay, because when you first start, that's the process, okay? What you need to do is to drill it over and over and over again, so it becomes like breathing, right? Like taking, like riding a bike. So you could talk, you could chat, you can say hi to your friends at the same time you listen to the music, okay? So let's drill that right now. What I'm gonna do, without the music, I'm gonna go for 2 each side. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. When I say right, that means my right knee is coming up. But remember, same time, so it's not this, right? What's wrong with this? What is wrong is because I'm only bringing the knee up versus also bending the knee, all right? This is what I call the hip hop balance, right? I mean, it sounds kind of simple. It looks, when I describe it, it might be simple, but if you never tried it, guys, try with me, okay? If you're watching this later in the future, if you're able to rewind it back and try to do this with me, all right? And again, if you know this already, then practice it. Make it even better. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try with the music, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see. Those are the comments right there. We got said I want to learn. This is Loke Y. Is it low key? Loke Y. Lock Y. Man, I'm glad you're here though. It's 4:20 or 4:52 over there. It's 12:55 over here p.m. in the afternoon. So if you're somewhere out there, well, first of all, thank you for joining me. Hopefully you have fun. But sorry for disturbing. Will you save this video? Yes, this video is saved. This video, you will be able to see the entirety. So you'll be able to watch all that stuff. All right. All right, well, have a good sleep, Loke. But now, the rest of us, we're going to drill this one. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to cheat just a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. No chair. Beside you. Run you. See, now I'm swaying side to side. Open and close. Open and close. Okay? We'll work on that later. Right now, let's do this. I just kind of want to show you where you can take it. Here. Now imagine, if you don't know how to dance, and you go to a club, and all you do is this, you still look good. Now singles, watch. Singles. This is what singles look like, right? Not single people, I'm saying single hip hop now. And if you take it side to side, you see what I'm saying? This is what a lot of these TikTok kids are doing. They're doing it with the body roll, okay? Let's not get there right now. If you know how to do that, good for you. That's great, because then you're adding more to it. But the base, you gotta know how to do this. Okay? I'm gonna stop the music for a second. All right. If there's any questions, pop in right now. If not, I'm gonna take a time just to catch my breath and also talk exactly what I'm trying to get at here. So we have, remember the first move is just here, here, right? Or actually that's level 2, that's our yellow belt, right? But the hard part about that, guys, if you actually did try it, is the transition of the weight. Does that make sense? If you never tried this before, and you're just watching, and you're not standing up and try it, you won't know what I'm talking about. I dare you, I challenge you to stand up and try to go from right side to left side without missing a beat, okay? It's challenging, but give it a try. So the hard part is this. Right when I'm doing this, what happened? All of my weight, obviously all of my weight is on the left side because my right leg's in the air. Nothing else on the right side touches the ground. 100% of the weight is on the left side, right? So I'm going 1, 2, 3. Right before the beat, I gotta quickly transfer my weight. So this is what I'm talking about. You gotta know how to transfer your weight fast enough, okay? Yes, you know how to transfer weight because you're walking, but if you don't transfer it fast enough, it will look like, and then you're gonna try to do it and then jump into it. That's why sometimes there's awkwardness. It's just because you're either transferring too late, and if you don't know that you're too late, it might just look like this, and then you're gonna take your time, and then you're gonna be off beat, okay? Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So you gotta work on watching yourself. And that's another thing, guys. If you are practicing and you don't film yourself, you might as well not practice. I'm just gonna give it straight out because anybody who don't watch themselves, you don't know exactly what you're doing because in your mind, you know what you're doing in your mind? You're doing what I'm doing because you're watching me, all right? Just as if you're watching other TikTok videos or other instructors, or even, Michael Jackson, Justin Timberlake, or whoever your favorite artist is, if you're watching them dance and you don't study yourself, in your mind you're thinking you're dancing like them. But then what happens is you got a culture shock, or you got a shock when you videotape yourself, and somebody videotapes you and you watch yourself and you're like, damn, I look like that. All right? So, and then most people get discouraged, like, oh my God, I didn't think I looked like that, so they stop dancing. Don't do that, okay? Film yourself right away. Know exactly where you are, because if you don't know where you are, how are you going to improve, right? Make sense? I'm just trying to speak common sense here, all right? So, learn that, film yourself, watch yourself, okay? And if you have a teacher, ask the teacher for feedback. Don't be too shy, don't be too ashamed to ask for feedback. So many of us have this handicap that don't want to show our weakness, right? Don't want to show the ugly side of us learning. But guys, you got to get over that, right? Nobody expects you to get these things right away. Anybody who is good at dancing right now, they know there's a process in learning. And the first few steps is not pretty, right? Our body, our muscle memory needs time to understand this, all right? All right. No questions so far. You guys are good. Hopefully, I know I'm chatting a lot, guys, but it's very important to get the mindset correctly. Know how to correct yourself. All right. So here we go. Next thing, what I want to do is show when you do this. I want you to be able to travel. Okay. Traveling is probably the next thing we got to do. So if you're just like this here, you're kind of stuck in this 2-foot radius or 2 feet radius, right? If you can travel, and traveling's not that hard. Check it out. I go 1 and. On the and, watch my feet here. 1 and. Instead of putting it straight down, I can go 1 and. On the and part, I'm opening up 1 and. You see that? Now my leg is here. 2 and. So I'm going side to side. This allows me just a little bit of range, right? So instead, if you watch me dance, I'm going like this here. It's not bad. But if I go like this, it's better. There's a little bit more movement, a little more dynamicness to it, okay? So that's where I want you to go. So this would be level 3, right? What's after yellow belt? White, yellow, blue or green, or one of them. Okay, any martial artists out there, let me know what the color is. But anyways, Level 3, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This looks a little bit better. There's that swaying motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right? So again, I call this more of a hip hop bounce, but also along with like a two-step, right? Two-step is more this. This is two-step. I'm going step, 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 step on the beat, on the beat. The hip hop bounce is more of 1, 2. Okay? If you guys don't see the difference, I'll break it down later. Right now, this is more of a hip hop bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? All right. If you guys are ready, I'm gonna play the music. Try along with me. Let's do this. I don't know, Patrick. I don't know if you're watching this. Patrick's actually in the other room. He gave me some coffee right now, and thank you, Patrick, for this. Woo, real good. This beat's kind of fast, but I don't want to stop it. I want to try it. We'll try something slow later. First thing. If this is too fast, don't skip it. Give it a try, all right? This is the slow part. We're doing halftime. Now here we go. Woo! Okay, that's a little too fast. That's a little too fast. A little bit slower. So a little bit slower. Ah, this is better. Okay. Guys, I don't want this class to be too long, but I want to make this a weekly thing, all right? So if you guys are here with me, if you're watching it later, this is the time. Right now I'm at Pacific Standard Time. It's a little bit after 1 o'clock. Drop in the comments below. Let me know if this is a good time for you guys. Fresh Dude, thank you for being here. You know, Mino, Locky, everybody that's here on chat. You know, thank you guys for being here. Again, if you're watching this later on, if it helps you, if this is something you like, let me know. You know, drop in the comments below. Give me a like, show your support. Help this channel grow, because the thing is, that's my idea, guys. I want to see the world enjoy this dance culture, all right? We need more community. We need more collaboration, working together. I want to see you guys, whether you're a guy or a girl, it don't matter. When you go to a club, when you listen to music, I want you to know exactly what you're doing. Dance it shouldn't be intimidating. So the reason why it's intimidating is because you don't know what the hell you're doing. So if I give you some instructions on how to follow it, hopefully you guys know you have a pattern and follow it and get better, all right? We're not doing complicated stuff, but we can be. if most of you guys know what I'm talking about, because the idea is this, man. I see a lot of good instructors or good dancers, maybe not so good instructors. They're very good dancers on the internet. But what they're doing is they're teaching you high level stuff, right? Would you take a calculus class if you don't know how to divide and do all these, things that you need to know before calculus? No, you need to understand the basics of it, okay? Then you can start enjoying or understanding higher level dance. We need a foundation, guys. That's what foundation means. You gotta know what comes before learning level 5. You need level 4. 3, 2, 1. Does it make sense? Hopefully it does, guys. Okay, I know I talked a lot, and most of the time it's just because we have to get the mindset correctly. All right? I'm gonna chat. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes because I know that there's a little bit of the delay once I speak, and also once it gets to you guys chatting. All right? If there's no questions, then I'm gonna end this in about 30 seconds. If there is questions, I'm gonna sit here and answer anybody's questions out here. Okay, the last thing I heard is from Lockheed. I know some of you guys are different parts of the world, and I really appreciate that. My goal again is to build a strong community with you guys. And just to drop a quick plug, I'm here in San Jose. Anybody out in the San Jose area, we are here at the Get Down in Japantown, San Jose. All right. I'm gonna also do another plug. Monday nights, Pacific Standard Time. I'm gonna do live popping class. All right. So if you are interested in learning popping, don't let popping scare you guys. I think a lot of people, when you see popping, it's a little bit intimidating, but it's so cool. I remember the first time seeing somebody pop. I mean, if you guys know what pop, most of what Michael Jackson does when he contracts his muscle, that's popping, guys. It's so cool. French dude, what should a beginner focus on besides the bounce? Great question. I want to answer that by really understanding the question, because it's really easy for me to say something, right? Besides telling you a certain move. Beginner is such a broad term, okay? The reason why a lot of people, give me 1 second, I'm gonna get a chair. I was on my knee for a while. So a beginner, what's a beginner? A person who never took a class before. They can easily say he's a beginner, right? What about a person who knows how to play musical instrument but never taken a dance class before? That person has a legitimate claim to say that he or she is a beginner, right? What if a person took a few years of jazz and maybe ballet or even tap, but never taken a hip hop class? Is that person a beginning hip hop class? That they have a legitimate shot of calling themselves a beginner as well. You see what I'm trying to get at? Beginner is such a broad term, okay? So I'm not trying to escape and not answer what the question is. So for a person who don't know or whose rhythm is not strong, that's what you gotta focus on first, okay? How do you know if your rhythm is not strong? Well, one of the tests is if you listen to music, if you don't know how to identify the beat, which means if you hear the, you gotta make sure you're on beat. But the question is, this is the tough part. If you're not on beat and if you don't know you're on beat, how do you even know if you're on beat or you're not, right? This is where you need help. You need somebody who knows how to stay on beat to tell you honestly if you're on beat or not, okay? So again, the first answer is if your rhythm is not strong, you gotta work on rhythm, okay? Now, assuming that you already know rhythm, okay? French dude, did I answer the first part? Okay, the first part is if you don't know rhythm, you gotta get rhythm down. And the thing about rhythm is you gotta build it, okay? It's not an instantaneous thing. Learning rhythm is not like saying, I know how to do addition. Does that make sense? Like if you know 1 plus 1 equals 2, that's it, you're done. You know 1 plus 1 equals 2. But the thing about learning rhythm is there is rhythm that are faster and there's rhythm that's slower. There's learning rhythm with your legs, because you can learn how to play rhythm, with your drums. Like if you're a drummer, you're good with your hands, but not necessarily all drummers are good dancers. Does that make sense? Okay? So you can learn rhythm with different parts of your body. Okay? So the second part is this. What if you are already a musician, or you know rhythm, you know how to stay in the beat? If you're a singer, musician, then your rhythm is better than someone who's not, right? So what should you focus on? Well, the next thing you gotta focus on is learning how to build rhythm in your body movement, okay? So going back to the analogy of a drummer is pretty good with their hands, right? They got rhythm with their hands. But if I tell them to practice rhythm with their chest or with the head, they might lose it a little bit, right? Same thing, if I practice, with my hands and feet, but then somebody tells me how to try to use my shoulder and my chest and my neck, then it's gonna take time for me to develop rhythm, okay? So the answer to your question is, yes, you gotta develop rhythm, but you gotta know where you gotta develop it, okay? The bounce is a move. I don't necessarily say you have to learn this move before another move, okay? You can learn a different move before the bounce. The reason why I teach the bounce is because fundamentally, there's some stuff that you gotta know. You gotta know how to obviously stand in balance, right? You gotta be able to balance yourself. So for a move like the bounce, you gotta control your body. You gotta know how to, use your knees, use your legs, okay? And a lot of times I will try to get my students to get their balance better. Know how to get rhythm in your legs, because that supports everything. If your balance and your rhythm in your legs is off, there's really no chance that you're gonna dance, because unless you're a paraplegic, you're sitting down, then you can just practice rhythm in your hands. Okay, make sense? Hopefully that does. Great questions, man. I really enjoy answering these questions, because it really shows that you're thinking and you're trying to get better. Okay. For anybody out there, if you are watching this in the future and you're not here on the chat, drop it in the comments. When I get to it, I'm gonna try to answer it. But you gotta understand, all right? If you ask me a question just like French dude did, and you post it in the comments, it's very hard for me to type my answer in, okay? So it's much better if you're here with me live and we can have a live discussion. I wish I could hear you guys. Okay, I got another comment here. Adam F. Adam, hey dude, great video. I'm trying to learn locking and popping. Woo, locking and popping. But it looks awful when I watch myself. It's all good. I feel the same way when I first watch myself pop and lock. Trust me on that. I feel put off because I'm 33. You're still way younger than me, my brother. And by the time I get any good, I'll probably be like 40. Any tips? First tip is do not lose faith. Do not think you are too old, all right? I'm gonna share a good story. And by the way, thank you, Adam F. I'm just calling you brother, because we are all family. We are all part of the funky, I call it the funky family, because we want to be funky. We want to make the stuff we do look cool, okay? So, 33 years old. Let me tell you when I started dancing. I really started taking my dance seriously after college, okay? After college. I must be 21, 22, around there. I don't know exactly. But I know for sure during college, I was focusing on school, just like any supposedly good college kids, right? When you go to college, you're supposed to focus on your major and all that stuff. But I decided after college, okay, that, this is my passion, right? And by the way, my background, I went to University of California at Berkeley. I got my degree in electrical engineering. Totally different, right? Totally different part of the brain and whatnot. But not really. Anyway, I'll go into that later. So the idea is it's never too late. Because at the time, I felt the same thing with you, Adam. I felt that, hey, most great dancers, most at least semi-good dancers, you have to start at least when you're a teenager, right? And most people I hear, they started even when they're young. Maybe their family got into dancing, or maybe, at least music. Me coming from an Asian family, we don't play music at home. My parents never danced. They never encouraged me to dance, okay? So the idea that, you're at a disadvantage or whatnot, no, you got to get out of that thinking, okay? The thing that makes you good, Adam, is that you have the desire. We all have to start with that desire to get good, okay? And then you also got to be realistic. Be realistic that when you first try something, you're probably not going to get really good. And here's the logic behind it, okay? You say you're 33, right? I believe, you're 33 years old, which means for 33 years, you've been watching other people dance. All right, guys, I don't know if I'm back. There's some disconnection thing going on. Hopefully I am back. Okay, I think I am. Good. Jason, my brother, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining in, bro. What I was talking about with was, Adam had has a question. What's the tip for? So again, I don't want to leave you hanging, Adam, about the tip. My tip for you, I think you really got to work on your patience, but also patience don't mean sit around and not do that much. Does that make sense? You got to have a plan. You got to know what a plan is, right? So I don't know what your background is, but if you were ever successful in anything you do, you know that there's a way to learn something. You got to know what the first thing that you got to learn is, right? Then the second thing. You can't just immediately. I use the analogy of a martial art because it's really easy to see. You don't just try to learn a black belt move when you can't even do a white belt move well, okay? You can't just say, I know how to do a white belt move, and then think about it, and then think that you could do it like the black belt instructor. Does that make sense? That black belt instructor has done it thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of times, so that they're able to do it without thinking. And parts of the reason why you film yourself and you looked at yourself and you see you don't like it is because you were probably thinking, okay? You probably knew a certain move. You said popping and locking, especially popping, okay? Adam, I want you to invite you to my class on Monday. Jason's actually in that class. So popping, man, it takes a long time. And I'm glad you chose popping because popping is one of those styles that's very unforgiving, okay? If you're offbeat just by a little bit and you feel yourself, you will know, damn, I am totally offbeat. And that's okay, guys. That's okay, Adam, because it took me a long time as well before I get really good. In future videos, I'm gonna talk and share more about how I got to be where I am, okay? And definitely a lot of perseverance, and patience, for sure, all right? So Adam, thank you for the question, and I know everybody that's out there that's sitting here, you probably wonder the same, because I know I did, right? Because the idea is, here's the thing, when I first started, okay? Not when I first started, around the first 5 years of dancing, I'm always watching my dance heroes, right? Whoever it is, whether it's Michael Jackson on video or some of the local, great dancers, or the dance pioneers. Obviously, the Electric Boogaloos, the Rocksteady Crews, the Mop Tops, and around here, the Bay Areas, there's a lot of great dance troupes out there. There's Mind Tricks, which I was a part of. Before that, they were called the Jedi Clan. Before that, there's Jugheads. And this is just throwing out some Bay Area history. Wherever you are from, guys, there is some dance history there. I bet you there's some people there that form some sort of a dance group. Meet them, okay? Go and seek them out. You don't necessarily all have to, call up Pop and Pete, call up Mr. Wiggle, Sugar Pop, and around here, Demons of the Mind. There's so many great inspirational local dance groups out there. Go and do some research, all right? If you can't find any, just fucking find somebody, on the internet. If you found me, cool, just ask me, right? And start connecting, okay? And just know that, most of the great dancers that I know are very welcoming. And, but you gotta know, some of us chose this as our profession, right? So there's some time constraints. But anyways, I know I kind of run off on some tangents. So feel free to drop it in the comments. Let me know. Hey, see, you talk too much. That's all right. I get that a lot, But I'd rather be over careful, than to kind of dismiss it, because I've seen that so much. A lot of people, especially when I first started dancing, right? A lot of beginners, we kind of doubt ourselves and we don't know, like, hey, should I ask this question? And it kind of gets covered up. And I just don't want that to be like that with the dance community here on YouTube with me, okay? I want to make sure I answer every single question as detailed as possible, okay? Adam, your backgrounds in swing dancing, which has been great. We found popping and locking scenes. Ooh, the twins, gotta give it up. Those guys are incredible. And it seems to be much younger scene, which is intimidating. Oh, you just reminded me, I was gonna say something. You being 33 is not too old, okay? And that's, I'm gonna share with you guys. I'm 47, guys. I'm 47 years old, I'm proud of it. And the fact is, my big brother, Pop and Pete, 59, guys, and he's still not just popping, but he's getting down, getting busy, okay? All of the pioneers, dude, look at Tony Basil. I don't know how old she is, but she's still incredible, right? If she was still 47 like me, she's still great. I know she's up there. She looks phenomenal, for just a dancer. I don't want to say, for her age. She's incredible. So stay dancing. Now, one story I do want to share with you, Adam, is I remember when Skeet was alive. I'm talking about Skeeter Rabbit and the Electric Boogaloo, okay? He would travel to Japan a lot, and he came back and he told me this. He says, the guys in Japan, okay, he's not trying to compare and whatnot, but what he's telling me, man, he had 2 doctors, and he said these are surgeon doctors, like heart surgeon, like brain surgeon, heart surgeon doctors. They are great at popping. Of course, he didn't tell me their name, but he said these, and he remembers 2, okay, 2 specifically, and they're from different studios, because when he goes to Japan, and Pete and all the great dancers, when they go to Japan, they go to multiple studios and they teach a lot. So he's been there for for a few years, right? And he sees these doctors. The reason why I say doctors is not to say that doctors can't dance. What I'm trying to say is they're busy, right? These guys are busy. They have all the excuses in the world to say, hey, I don't have time. But they made time. And these doctors, he said these doctors were so good that he would doubt that these guys can actually go compete in battles. I'm not saying everybody's got to compete in battles, but he gave me an idea that you could be as good as some of these people that are competing in battles. Does that make sense? So I want you to erase the doubt that, because I started so young, or because I didn't get into this style, that it is impossible for me to do this. What he just told me, what he told me before and what I just told you was that it is possible, okay? It is possible to start late These doctors didn't start till they were 40, until after 40, right? And they, at that time, they were in their 50s. And they got really good to a point where they could actually compete in battles. Okay, so hopefully that will inspire not just you, Adam, anybody that's listening, either right now or in the future. Okay? Do not limit yourself in believing that, hey, this style is too hard, or buy into the notion that you cannot do it. You can absolutely do it. And you have a huge advantage, Adam, that you started as a swing dancer. So your rhythm, you got some rhythm, okay? You got a swing rhythm. But just know, it takes time. However long it took you to learn how to be really good at swing, you gotta give at least that amount of time to get into popping. But the problem is, if you don't have the right instructor to train you, or the right mindset, let's say, then it might take you longer, okay? So anyways, I wanna drop that. And I really do appreciate this question, Adam, all right? Jason said, started dancing 2 years ago. If I could do it, so can you. Jason, I remember Jason, man. You know, this guy, I want to say, like most people, he has such an open heart, but really no idea. And this is not capping on Jason, because I'm saying I was a saint. So many people, I want to say 95% of people that come in who have never taken a dance class before, really don't have an idea of like where they are, okay? The other 5% are probably either returning students or people who've taken other dance styles and dance classes, okay? So do not get discouraged. Just last week, Jason was in our popping class, and his rhythm got so much better. Sometimes your learning curve is not like this. Sometimes it looks like this. Right? It jumps like a roller coaster, right? And sometimes it doesn't feel like a roller coaster. Sometimes it feels like you might be going down, you know, maybe due to some other things in your life or something, and then somehow you just, boom, you're like, wow, this much better, you know? And that is true for my own experience as well, okay? All right, guys, I know I've been talking a lot. It's about 1 hour up, 1 hour. I don't want to make this way too long, but I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I'm going to try to do this every week, guys, but at the very least, if you're still around with me, come back with me on Monday nights. We're going to be doing our popping session, popping here. And if you're here live with me in class at the Get Down in San Jose, I want to welcome you. Otherwise, that's it, guys. Peace, love, funky family. I'm out. Oh, wait, sorry. Okay, French dude. At what time? At what time on Monday? Okay, so Pacific Standard Time. I don't know where you guys are at, but look it up. The Pacific Standard Time. I will be on at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay? 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you, French dude. Jason, I know you'll be here. You are my boy. Okay. Yep. I'm good, guys. All right. 10 more seconds. If there's any questions, drop it down. Otherwise, 10, 9, I don't know. I'm not going to do a countdown, but thank you guys for joining me. And I'll do requests too, guys. I started with that hip hop bounce because I wanted to cover from the ground up. All right. So, Adam, I know you want to do some popping and locking. And the reasons why I didn't want to get into popping and locking right away is because it could intimidate somebody whose rhythm is not there. Okay. But I do appreciate you joining me. Okay. All right, y'all. I am out. I'm going to get something to eat. Hopefully you guys do. And see you guys next time. Peace.